Veterans re-entering civilian life face many challenges, including finding a job. Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today, inspirational stories of former servicemen and women who have reinvented themselves and are thriving at companies who value their unique skills. We begin in the heart of Southern California, exploring a distinctive and inclusive institution of higher learning, the University of La Verne. For more than 130 years, the University of La Verne has prepared students for a lifetime of personal and professional success. With a global alumni network of over 89,000, it still takes a distinctive personalized approach to ensure that each student receives the guidance and support they need to thrive. And that includes military service members, veterans, and their families.
I was in the Army National Guard. I retired after almost 21 and a half years. I was an instructor for the last 9.5 years, teaching basic military police, senior leadership, and advanced leadership.
I served in the United States Air Force from 2002 to 2010. Security Forces, military police, deployed to Iraq in 2005. I was actually in the Air Force's delayed enlistment program in 2001, and during my senior year of high school, we actually watched the towers fall in class, and that was a very impactful part of my enlistment story.
I was military police my whole entire career. When 9/11 happened, we were all on high alert, and 2 weeks later we ended up going on a mission to go guard aircraft over in Qatar. And then I deployed again 2004 to 2005 to Iraq. And then I deployed again 2007, 2008 to Fallujah, Iraq. And then I deployed again 2010 to 2011 to Camp Clark, Afghanistan.
La Verne is also a very nice, sort of tight-knit community. It has a very distinct identity out here in the eastern San Gabriel Valley. It's close to Los Angeles to be accessible to it, but far enough away that it has sort of its own sort of unique feeling separate from the city.
University of La Verne has a strong culture of care. The staff, the faculty, and the students have bought into this idea that we are a community, and for this community to succeed, we have to care about each other. And the way that that looks like is that we know who you are. We will know you by name. You're not going to be just a number.
And because the military students became so deeply embedded in La Verne's culture, particularly in the 1940s, very early on, La Verne College realized that there was a strong need to educate veterans and active military as well, to sort of meet the students where they are. The oldest record that we have in the archives shows that the first military school or campus that the University of La Verne opened was outside Santa Barbara in the 1940s, just during World War II. We worked very closely with the Veterans Administration to make sure that the classes that students were taking aligned with the requirements of the GI Bill of Rights, the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, passed in 1944 and then periodically updated over time.
One of the biggest challenges for my transition out of the military was actually the process of becoming a civilian, which was difficult because it essentially gave me, from the time the paperwork settled in March to July 1st, for me to land on my feet as a civilian and find civilian employment, be able to, make sure that we can pay the bills and do everything that we need to do to support a young family, going from wearing a uniform every day to now the uncertainty of after.
When you get out of the military and you get out of that role that you're so used to for almost 21 years, you're just trying to find your purpose and trying to find your place, and it's really hard.
When you think about the lived experience of veterans and active duty students, it's uniquely different from the traditional college student. So for them, it's important to create a space where they can come, be themselves, find people who understand their experience.
Being a military-friendly university was obviously one of the draws for me to want to come to University of La Verne. And reading about it is one thing, but seeing it in action is another thing.
Whenever these veteran students find each other in class, they always motivate each other to succeed. They're there to build each other up. And so as a result, I think having veteran students not only makes them motivate each other to learn better and to lead in the classroom, it also has a positive effect on all of our other students who maybe have no connection to the military whatsoever. They see that these professional adults, people who have been out in the world, are coming back to get an education at La Verne and sort of model what successful student experience looks like.
The 4 core values of the university are ethical reasoning, lifelong learning, diversity and inclusivity, and civic and community engagement. They essentially are the guiding rods for us to develop individuals who go out and contribute to the world. So not just getting an education, but people who are going to make a difference and an impact in the lives of others.
I think the core values of the university align well with the core values that the military holds, specifically the United States Air Force. The core values in the Air Force were integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And I see a lot of that on a day-to-day basis when I engage with the campus community.
La Verne also has a veteran student services department that works very closely with the VA, with DoD, to make sure that the educational offerings that we have align with the very high curriculum standards of the United States military. The Center for Veteran Student Success really is the interface between the university, between our veteran students, and the government and the military, and it ensures that we can cooperate as smoothly as possible in what has become a very, I think, successful relationship.
The advice that I would give to a veteran that is exploring their options post-military, once you get out of the military, the world is your oyster. You can explore any career path and any job, and the benefits that are afforded to you through the GI Bill allow you to study and become a subject matter in any field, so that way you do not have to be what you were, you can be what you want to be.
Take advantage of the breadth of curriculum that La Verne offers, the diverse array of subjects that they can learn about. See what works for you, see what your passion is, and then once you find that, the University of La Verne can help prepare you to make a living doing it.
We need you to come and find us because we will work with you and want to support you and do our best to make sure that you succeed. So find us.
Veteran status aside, the faculty go above and beyond at the University of La Verne to make sure that they know and have a relationship with their students and can do anything in their power to help them be successful along their track.
When I mention that this is a historical commitment to veterans, I don't mean that it lives in the past. I mean that it is something that is informed by where we've come from, but it is a value that we very much plan to carry into the future.
When I think about students coming to the University of La Verne, particular veterans, I want to give people that opportunity to move up, to move forward, to achieve the dreams, and get that opportunity that they weren't getting anywhere else or didn't feel that they had.
They're the leader in the gaming industry, International Game Technology, or IGT. Their success depends on hiring great people like veterans who are as diverse as the global customers they serve. IGT knows that they can count on vets to deliver.
My name is Costa DeFoulis. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, having served 8 years with the 115th Military Police Company in Rhode Island, most notably supporting Joint Task Force Guantanamo. At IGT, I'm a vice president of global financial planning and analysis. I'm responsible for financial reporting, corporate overhead, cost and data management, and any corporate projects.
My name is Evan Garrison. I served 6 years in the U.S. Army as a combat engineer in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, conducting route clearance patrols. After service, I joined IGT. I am now a senior manager of field service for Midwest markets for lottery and gaming.
Where I start is actually not with the skills, it's actually with the character. You can teach anyone to do a job, right? If you have the right on-the-job training, which we have here at IGT, you can teach anyone to do a job. It's the character that comes with learning how to do those skills. And veterans, active military, anyone in the military community that I've met has those characteristics that we're looking for. The responsibility, the driving results, the passion, the dedication, the loyalty. That's what gets them to learn and acquire those skills that they need for their for their desk job, if you will.
The thing I like to tell people about IGT is that it's really a place for everyone. It's really inclusive. We're a global company in many career fields, which I think aligns really well to people with military experience. For me personally, a company that had opportunities for growth and development was very important. I was 30 years old in an entry-level role, so I really wanted to kind of catch up and be able to kind of showcase my abilities, which I think I've done here with the support of the company and myself. The people at IGT really valued the skills and the values that I brought to the table. I was offered an entry-level role, and then while here, I just found endless opportunities for career growth and development over my 10 years with the company.
The competencies and experience of our military veterans is second to none. When we talk about the equipment that is maintained within our U.S. military, we have quarter-mile-long aircraft carriers, multi-billion-dollar war machines, and the skill and expertise that is required to keep those pieces of equipment functional can definitely translate into the quality of service that IGT is looking to provide our own customers.
Here at IGT, we have a diversity and inclusion group that's called Military Veterans, and that's something that I'm a global co-chair for, and alongside of Evan, of course. And we really strive to recruit, support, and advance them, whoever it may be. In this dig, it's not just for the veterans or active military, like I said, and that's the beauty of what IGT does for that group. It's about the military community. Me, myself, I've never served. I'm not a veteran, I'm not active military, but I come from a military family. And so it's really important for me to support and to advance that group of people, to also hear from various dimensions of diversity within the military community is very important for us.
We're a world leader in gaming, lottery, iGaming, sports betting, so it's a really fun industry. And I think there's a real value for what military veterans can bring from a career perspective. And it's very inclusive. There's very diverse people to work with from different backgrounds, cultures across the world. And I think that really aligns well to kind of the veteran experience.
Finding quality home care for loved ones is never easy. There to help us is Comfort Keepers, a leader in providing in-home care. They've discovered that veterans provide a perfect match for thousands of positions nationwide. Take a look at this.
I started out my medical career as a medic in the Army. I joined in 2000, and that is when I really fell in love with taking care of people. I was stationed at Walter Reed Army Medical Center in DC.
What we look for in a caregiver is a couple things. Experience matters. However, what we look at kind of beyond the resume and beyond the interview is, does this person care? Our mission is to elevate the human spirit.
A frequent misconception of in-home support is that a person must be unhealthy to need personal care. There are other tasks like meal preparation, socialization, help around the house, and simple companionship that are equally important.
Comfort Keepers is a leading provider in in-home care. We are an organization that is dedicated to helping our clients maintain their independence and live at home longer. And at our core, we are an organization that is based on people elevating people.
I really enjoy taking care of people and making them smile, bringing a little bit of joy to their day just by being there for them in whatever capacity that may be.
To see the work that you do have an immediate effect on another person is truly an amazing thing. It is a privilege to serve them and give them the dignity of life that they deserve.
Service to others is the foundation upon which Comfort Keepers is built, and a huge draw for prospective veteran hires.
Comfort Keepers gave me an opportunity to do similar things that I did in the military. In the service, you really do need your troops and your soldiers to perform the mission. I saw the same model in Comfort Keepers. You really do need these caregivers to complete the mission.
So the ward that I worked on at Walter Reed Army Medical Center assisted patients such as plastic surgery that maybe were in accidents because of explosions and they had burns on their body.
From calling in artillery on enemy forces or reconstructing the shattered face of American warriors, these veterans understand that discipline and rock-solid ethical standards are what propel any organization to success, be it the military or companies like Comfort Keepers.
Most folks join the military because they do have a sense of service. They have a sense of understanding that duty is important.
So that gives me tremendous satisfaction to know I'm leading a team and that we're successful in helping folks get their life back.
I get very passionate about Comfort Keepers because I believe in what we do. There has never been an organization that I have worked in that has such an effect on human life.
I would tell a veteran that this is a tremendous opportunity to make a difference in someone's life, and that the skills they learned in the service would directly translate to being successful here.
Comfort Keepers, a daily dose of joy.
America's vets are finding rewarding careers after serving, and these days, no industry is creating more of a buzz than energy. We're headed to Houston to learn more.
What I look for in a career is good accomplishment, excellent teamwork, good collaboration, and as a military vet, I found it here.
Matt Barry, Marine Corps, 4 years active and 4 years in active reserves. A military service where in-demand skills were honed, ones used today for both company and customers, with career opportunities that continue to grow.
In the Marine Corps, we learned a lot of different skills. Skills in leadership, skills on how to present yourself and carry yourself, as well as skills on the electrical side of the business, skills on the mechanical side. Those skills all together brought me to this company, Aggreko, where I started as a technician, eventually moved into a management role, and was also lucky enough to continue that journey and become a part of the leadership team.
A global supplier of mobile, modular power, temperature control equipment, and energy services, UK-based Aggreko has a strong American footprint.
We really do have great market penetration right across the U.S. And lots of opportunities for our military vets. We find that they're very well trained and they have great experience from their time in the military. They're very driven. They take great pride in what they do, especially working in a team environment, and that translates very well to Aggreko. And maybe most importantly, we find they've got very unique leadership skills, and they've honed those from their time in the service.
As a former military spouse and as a military mom today, I really appreciate the military community and the support they've provided me personally, but also it's been just amazing to see the skills and the leadership qualities, the work ethic that the military instills in veterans, and that's why they make such great hires to join us here at Aggreko.
When Hayden Acare sought the perfect job following active duty in the Marine Corps, he found it at Aggreko.
After 5 years of being in the military and all the training that I had gone through and everything, I was on my way out, going through separation classes. Was looking on Indeed and saw Aggreko, read the description of the work, applied for it, and whenever I had gotten to Texas, back from North Carolina, I got a call for an interview and came in, and the rest is history. Before I got out, I was in a leadership role as a work center supervisor, and that really translated to Aggreko. Especially being the new guy, just kind of hit the ground running. As a technician for Aggreko, which is a world-class company, it comes down to a lot of you being in contact with the customer, knowing your job, knowing the equipment, doing it safely, doing it fast to get the customer back up online and running as efficiently as possible. If you're looking for the dream job, one that's challenging, Aggreko is the spot for you.
One job in particular that I remember was a large utility company in California where they lost a sizable portion of their grid. Aggreko brought the team in, we gathered up all the different equipment, loaded it on the trailers, got it out to the customer, and were able to supply power back to tens of thousands.
But we really don't see ourselves as a rental company. We're more of a problem solver. We want to understand our customers' issues before we ever start thinking about what equipment we're going to use. Well, just like the World War II poster where Uncle Sam wants you, we also want you, our military vets, here at Aggreko. We have wonderful career opportunities. We're ready to welcome you. Come on and join the Aggreko family.
Great to see that after sacrificing so much to our military service, today's veterans have found careers where they've been able to shine. I'm Montel Williams. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Military Makeover, Operation Career. We'll see you next time.